Welcome to Do Not Disturb. Today we're going to be reading true stalker stories. Okay, first story. This is by user Roger Says Hi from 2 years ago. I was a shift leader at a Taco Bell. I was always on the floor with my crew, so I was at the front register or the drive-thru register quite often. I was 24, married with 2 small children, and I only lived a few streets away from my store, and I would often walk to work to save gas. A guy a little older than me started coming in a lot. He was often very friendly, almost too friendly. He'd only come in on my shifts. I started to find out, and then it turned out that he was there every single one of my shifts. So I told my husband. So I don't think he ever came to our house, but he was a shadow at work. Then one day I came in and found him being trained by one of the assistant managers. He tried to get put on my shifts, but I freaked out and immediately went to the office to talk with the store manager. She said she had no idea about how he'd been in the store all this time. She knew there was a guy, but she didn't know it was him. She was horrified, and she promised that she would keep him away from me until she could get him transferred to another store. She called the store closest while I was standing there and got the transfer. He'd be at our store for that day only. His next day would be at another store, and it would be close to his home store. She let me take the day off, and she called the other night shift manager. When I came into work the next day, she said he'd not taken the news well, and that he'd worked at the other store and quit. He came a few more times after that, so I got my husband to sit in the dining room to scare him off. I did not see him again after that. I'm sorry that my voice was a little like, I'm just really tired, Chad. I'm preparing for a garage sale. Honestly, guys, every time that I was like working, I would be scared that I would like get a stalker. And I was like, because I've gotten stalkers before from just existing, so it's like kind of scary when you're working and you get a stalker and it's like you didn't do anything. You barely talk to the person. You like say hello, maybe hi, how are you? You're just a nice person, and yet they cling on to you with every dying hope that you and them are like just meant to be. And it's like, what are you planning? What are you planning? Because sometimes it's not romantic. Sometimes they're just planning to, and neither way is good. Neither way is good. Sometimes they're planning to murder you, and neither way is good. I would be terrified. I'm glad this person had like a good manager that would like automatically send the guy to another like store. And the fact that the guy's store that is close to him is nowhere, it's like it's near you, but it's not near you. Like there's another Taco Bell closer to him, and he chose that specific Taco Bell to be close to you. It's like, oh, so you're my stalker. That's fun. And I'm glad your husband was there, because honey you're lucky that you have a significant other that can kind of be that bodyguard, because not a lot of people have that, especially a lot of girls. Like, we stay single and then we get stalked and we don't know what to do after that. We're kind of just like screwed. But anyway, let's read the comments. That's really scary stuff. These people are such creeps. I've been jumpy for such a while. And then Roger says, I was a little bit. I'd call home on my breaks to let my husband know that I've not seen him for days afterwards, but the things that my husband had said to him must have been enough. And everyone else is like, I'm sorry, blah, blah, blah. People are like, I'm glad that the manager was such a good manager. Exactly. Like, I haven't heard of a lot of stories where the manager was actually good. I've only heard like horror stories of like bad things happening because the manager was crap. But you know what? It's fine. It's fine. Let's go to the next story. Okay. Next story. When I was in high school, the mother of a friend of mine became kind of obsessed with me. One time when I was 16, she had told me she needed to talk to me in private, and I assumed it was about my friend, so I met with her. And it turned out she was looking for a romantic encounter. She told me that her marriage was unhappy and that she wanted to be with me. I was a dumb kid and had no idea how to handle it because I didn't want to wreck my friend's family by saying anything. It got to a point where she would drive around my neighborhood in her minivan looking for me because she knew I liked to take walks at night. It eventually ended up in a screaming fight between me and her in a huge rainstorm because she wouldn't leave me alone. That was what finally convinced me I needed help, so I told my parents about it and it stopped. She eventually ended up divorcing her husband and moving across the country. I never saw her again. Yeah, that's my horror story. That is absolutely my horror story. I am terrified of that ever happening. It's just like, you never know. Like, I don't understand what goes through some people's minds to make them think that way. And clearly it's not just like a one person thing. It's a universal, like, multiple people go through it. I feel like almost every single person in life has a single moment where they were kind of a stalker, and most of us are sane enough to have the moment where we're like, oh, this is weird, and like you stop. But the people that just let it go far, it's like, hey, I think you need some help. Hey, I think you need to consider getting therapy, some help. Like, and they don't think it's wrong. Like, a lot of them don't think it's wrong, that they're doing no wrong. And the fact is, like, a lot of people can be a stalker to someone and they never know that they were the stalker to someone. Like, I'm pretty sure I have a lot of guy friends that were, like, in my mind, a stalker. But, like, you know, in their mind, they're just a person with a crush, you know? And that's a lot of cases, especially in high school. It's like people have crushes and it's like, no, you're low-key stalking that person. Like, if you were not in your age bracket right now, you're a stalker. You're a full-on stalker. Like, stalking the social media, making accounts and stuff, that's stalking and harassment. Okay, anyway, let's just move on before we deep dive into, like, freaking what identifies into a stalker. Okay, next story. I used to work in a bar as a karaoke DJ, and I had this gal who was borderline obsessed with me, aka she regularly offered to give me support from behind the booth. One Saturday night after work, like 3 a.m., I came home to her sitting on my couch, naked as the day she was born, and holding a knife. Mind you, I've never told her where I live. She immediately starts yelling if I won't be with her, she'll use the knife one hand on either one of us, and it doesn't seem to matter which one it was to her. Luckily, I had a nosy neighbor, thank you, Catherine, and thin walls, the only time I've ever been glad of that. The police showed up shortly after and placed her in custody until Monday morning, where I could petition a stalking order. First thing Monday morning, police report in hand, I got my stalking order. I ended up moving just out of the caution area, and she was never allowed to be in the bar again. To be honest, I hated that apartment anyway. Honestly, that is one thing that I really hate about life in general, is how women and like men, we can both get away with so much stuff. Like, male and females can get away with so much stuff because of their gender, and it's like, no, there's just some things that are universally bad, and I'm glad she didn't get away with it. But a lot of people would be like, she showed up naked in your house, like, isn't that a dream come true? No, that's harassment. If it was a female and a guy was sitting there naked in her living room on the couch, like, and found her from a bar, a lot of people would be like, oh, that's creepy. But I bet there's a lot of sickos for his story that are like, well, it's a girl naked on your couch, like, what's the problem? It's like, some people are just borderline insane, and I feel like it shouldn't matter what gender or something you are. It's just, something is universally wrong, it should be universally wrong. It shouldn't just be like, oh, because you're a girl or because you're a boy. Like, oh, boys will be boys. People do that a lot, and it's like, no, that boy is a harasser that should be put in jail. That should be put behind a cell. Anyway, let's read this next one. This next one is way longer and I'm low-key excited because the rest were short. Okay, next story. I was essentially homeless for about 7 to 8 years ago after breaking up with someone, among other factors. I found a room in a boarding house. One of the other boarders was a guy around my age. I remember the first time I saw him, and when I got out of the shower and walking back to my room, he stared me down. But I kind of thought it was like, whoops, just looking into the hall and seeing someone, didn't mean to make eye contact. The next day, there was a note under my door basically saying, "Hey, I'm your housemate. Let me know if you need anything or want to hang out." Having come out of a few bad situations, I was without many people, so we struck up a friendship. Over time, it became apparent he had a crush on me, and it soon became creepy. Oh, just before we continue, I literally hate when crushes become creepy because it's like, I never realized how creepy a lot of crushes are until like I got older and I was like, oh wait, I was creepy, that person was creepy, everyone is creepy, like we're all creeps, and I feel like at a young age we should teach people how to confront their crushes about their feelings and stuff and how to take rejection. Like, I feel like that should be an early kindergarten, like, you have crushes in kindergarten, like, that should be an early course of life that, like, parents and teachers teach kids. It's just how to handle rejection, how to handle crushes in general, what to do. Like, I don't think crushes and stuff and romantic and confessing should be an anxiety-filled thing anymore, okay? Because that comes with the notion that you're scared of someone saying no to you. But then some people take that no and do such horrendous things. And also some people become friends with their crushes and stuff with ulterior motives. And it's like, okay, well, you never were their friend. I strongly believe, this is a hot take, but I strongly believe if you have a crush on someone and you weren't friends with them before, and you suddenly become friends with them because of your crush on them, like you want to get closer and you only become friends because of said crush, you're not friends. And honestly, your relationship was built on a lie. It was built on a lie, especially if you're one of those people that pretends to be interested in certain things to be with someone. It's like you're lying to them because you don't like that thing. Like, it would be different if they told you they liked the show and you decided to watch it because they like it. That's a whole different scenario because you would tell them, hey, I watched the show you like because you said you liked it. For you to find out all of it on your own, like through social media, and then like sneak in and be like, hey, I like this thing, and you didn't like that thing before or something, it's like you're just building stuff on lies. You're just building everything on lies. I believe if you have a crush on someone and you don't confess and you are friends with that person, you're just a liar. Okay, I don't like this friends to lovers thing. I do in a sense that I like y'all have feelings for each other, the other person confesses. But if you're someone that doesn't confess, if you're someone that doesn't confess and just sits there and like, I have a crush and it's been like 5 years, brother, you're not friends with that person. Y'all are not friends because you have ulterior motives. You have motives that are romantic, so y'all are not friends. Anyway, I'm done with that. The more I learned about him, the more off I realized he was. He had 2 or maybe 3 kids, all with different women. Whatever, that's fine. But custody? None with any of them. One he had unsupervised visitation with, one he had to go supervised visitation with, and the third, his girlfriend moved away to get away from him and wouldn't let him tell the school the child even, it wouldn't tell him if the child even existed or not. Due to the issues with the kids and exes, he started to self-medicate with alcohol. He did this purposely, as he attempted this is why he was doing it, getting blackout drunk to deal with his feelings. I'm sorry I jumbled all of that. Basically, he uses alcohol as a scapegoat for all of his kids, like because he has so many problems with his baby mamas, basically. That's basically what it said. Then the stalking began. One night during one of his blackouts, I thought I could calm him down, so I went to his room to keep the landlady from calling the cops. He grabbed my arms, pinned them to my sides, then laid on top of me, pinning me between him and the floor. I got out and ran. The police ended up being called, and he wasn't kicked out. After that, his obsession grew out of hand, and what I could only think was some sort of psychological, sociopathic guilt. Instead of apologizing and staying sober, he started tracking my movements. With this, more letters showed up under my door. A lot of them were angry. The one I remember most was him essentially accusing me of cheating on him. It was like rambling manifesto with things that he knows I must be lying to him about having a boyfriend now because he left a cigarette between my door and the door jamb because it wasn't crushed and didn't fall out. That meant I never came home and I had to have a boyfriend I was staying with the night. This would be then followed by strange messages telling me I deserve everything bad that happened to me because apparently I used him, which was basically saying, just because you won't be my girlfriend, so you're a user because I'm not getting what I want from you. I only lived there for about 5 to 6 weeks, but this started about a few days in and I only ended when I finally said, fuck it, and moved into a weekly studio that was far more expensive. I just gotten a job and the ability to pay for it, and since I was genuinely afraid for my safety, I had to make sure I could leave and knew he wouldn't be there. Oh, and the ex I mentioned at the beginning of this, he was actively threatening me during the same period. I had blocked him on everything, but the guy found a loophole by sending me songs on fucking Spotify related to what he was mad about that day. The messages attached to them so he would actively berate me. That is so sad. That is actually so sad. It's like she was actively dealing with her toxic ex that was also harassing her at the same time where she was dealing with this guy that was harassing her / stalking her. And that guy, I feel like it was a psychotic break. He probably just imagined a whole relationship with this girl, especially since that first day. I'm pretty sure that since that first day he was probably like, this is romantic. He probably didn't even think she ever thought it was a friendship when they were hanging out, and he might have taken those angry notes as a fight in his head. I'm just speculating, but that is just terrifying. Honestly, that is terrifying. And the fact that you kind of have to live in the same building as this guy for a long time, for 5 to 6 weeks, a lot can happen in 5 to 6 weeks. I feel like my life changes every 5 to 6 weeks. So the fact that you stayed in that home for 5 to 6 weeks with someone stalking you is actually fucking insane. I would actually have a freaking riot at that point because I'd be so terrified to even come home, especially because of my history too. If that was happening to me, I would freak out. I have a history too with a bad ex and 3 stalkers. Yes, the magic 3. And it's just I don't know how you handle that situation, because I feel like this stalking situation is way worse than any of mine because y'all live together. He was putting notes under your door, and that could have easily became violent because it's so easy to break down a door. I don't want to say that to scare anyone or anything, but it's the easiest thing to break down a door. All you gotta do is muster some strength in your bones and push through a door and you can break that door, especially if it's not okay, metal door is fine, no, but a regular damn door, especially where they were living, where it was 4 people that were basically homeless and stuff. It's you can break down the door pretty easily, and the fact that he didn't is what surprises me the most. And I'm so glad for your that you're safe and that you're okay and that you're in an apartment on your own now. It's hey, life is turning up. Okay, next story. When I was 16, I went on a blind date with a friend of a friend to a dance. He went to another school, but we often talked on the phone a couple of times leading up to the dance. This was in the days before cell phones, and got along pretty well, and we had fun at the dance. We continued to talk on the phone for a little bit after that, but it was clear that he was really hung up on his ex-girlfriend, so I was losing interest. I stopped taking his calls close to Christmas. When he told me his ideal gift would be his ex-girlfriend and her new boyfriend dead under his Christmas tree, he said that very seriously, and it scared me. Apparently, no longer taking his calls was a mistake. He started sending messages through our mutual friend, not a friend of his. Not my friend after this. Oh, okay, I get it. So basically, the friend that was the mutual friend is no longer their friend. I don't know why that took me so long to understand. Okay. That were increasingly insulting and upsetting. What the hell? Increasingly insulting and upsetting. But the worst was that he knew which store in the mall I worked at and would come by with his friends while I was stationed at the register and couldn't go anywhere. They would just stand outside the doors to the store and yell all kinds of things at me. I don't know how my coworkers and managers never thought there was an issue with this, but they did nothing. This went on for weeks. The final message he sent through our mutual friend was the fact that he was going to assault me. He didn't use the word assault. The friend clearly thought this was funny. What? Oh my gosh. If I had a friend that was giving me these notes, like in the first place, if you are a friend, okay, I get it, like you're in high school, so you're kind of stupid, but let me tell you some facts. If you are a friend and you are like a mutual friend of a guy that is harassing me, and I had a few friends like this. And a girl. Like, I had a few friends like this. My ex-best friend was like this. If someone is harassing your friend or like saying a bunch of things and stuff, don't deliver those messages to your friend. Don't deliver those messages. Like, sometimes you do gotta shoot the messenger, because sometimes the messenger is making the problem worse. Because honestly, like, the messenger could have gone to their parents and said that this person was doing this, or the messenger could have gone to his parents and said that he was doing this, or the messenger could have gone to the police to say they were doing this. You don't need to involve the victim. If the victim is not clearly being talked to, you don't have to involve them. Maybe you can tell them like a few, like be like, hey, they're telling very threatening things to me to tell you, but I'm not going to tell you those things. I'm going to tell the police. Tell me if they're actually doing something to you and we can go to the police together to report this. Like something like that. Because honestly, like, it's not funny. You should stand up for your friend. And like, sometimes the messenger does have to be shot. Hot take, like, don't shoot the messenger. Sometimes the messenger is just as bad as the person doing the actual thing. But anyway, I'm sorry, I was rambling. It just makes me so upset when people, like, I have this friend, and honestly, she was just trying to be a good person or whatever, but like, my ex-boyfriend, like, he says a bunch of stuff about me online or whatever, right? But like, I blocked him. I don't see it, nor do I want to see it. And one time she like sent all of it to me or whatever, and I was just like, why would you send me that? And she was like, oh, I thought you would want to know. And I was like, I blocked him for a reason. Like, I don't want to know, actually. Like, he's blocked for a reason. Like, if I wanted to know, I could make myself know. And it's like, no, I don't have any reason to know, because he's not a part of my life, and nor does he matter to my life anymore. You get what I mean? And it's like, sometimes you just gotta shoot the messenger, because it's like, girl, why would you send me all of those screenshots? I don't need the screenshots because he's no longer in my life. Like, I'm not someone that's filled by drama anymore. It's like, no. But like, she's also in high school and he's in high school, and it's like, I just have to take life of that with a grain of salt. I'm like, okay, you're still kids. And like, I just told her, I was like, if he says anything else, just don't tell me. Just don't tell me. I'm like, I don't care. There's nothing I'm gonna do about it. Like, what do you want me to do? Do you want me to call him? Do you want me to be like, hey, can you stop posting about me? It's like, no. It's like, no. You, as my friend, you can tell him to stop. As my friends, you can tell him, hey, can you just stop? Can you just stop? Get some help. You know, like, just be a good person. I don't know. And then, like, I don't even have to know that it's happening. Like, I just don't. And I just told her to stop telling me, and I was like, hey, just, if he does it again, you can tell him I have a boyfriend and just solve all the problems. Just say I'm in a relationship. That will solve all the problems, because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm in a relationship. It doesn't matter. Anyway, let's move on. The final message he sent through our mutual friend was that he was going to assault me. The friend thought it was funny. I was at my locker at the end of the day when this message was delivered, and I slammed the door right next to me in his face and snarled, "Fuck you." I'm pretty sure that's the first time I ever said that and truly meant it. He looked surprised and backed away. I don't know exactly what he said to the stalker, but somehow the harassment stopped after that. All the same, I was seriously on edge for a while, going to and from work, or anytime I was alone away from home, in case he decided to follow up on his last message. I felt hunted. Fortunately, nothing came of it, but I feel pretty stupid for not telling my parents or the school what was going on. It's been almost 30 years, but that guy can go fuck himself. Honestly, I quite understand this story because, I think with my ex, I wasn't afraid. No, I was afraid. Let's stop. I was afraid, but that's just because my ex has mental issues. And I was afraid that me breaking up with him or him breaking up with me, I don't really know how that ended. I'm just like, let that be in the air. But with that, he has a lot of mental issues, and I was scared since, like, he hates me now and stuff. It's like, I'm always scared that his hatred for me is going to spiral into a full-on, like, you know, like, actual bigger thing to me. Because, like, he did lash out pretty badly after we broke up, and, like, he did, like, do a lot of, to me, insane stuff after we broke up, and to me it was insane. To me it wasn't, like, valid. And so it's just like he just started spiraling, and I was just scared that, like, he would honestly, like, try to hurt me in some type of way. Like, he did try to hurt me, but, like, it was only through online stuff and, like, online lies and stuff. So, like, it doesn't really matter, you know. All I had to do was block him. Like, he never tried to message me or anything, you know. And I don't even have him blocked, like, phone number wise. Like, he hasn't tried to call me or message me. I was just scared because I felt like if he really wanted to, he could show up to my house or something, and that terrified me. The thought terrifies me because I'm just like, I don't know if he, because I don't hate him. Like, I don't hate him. I still love him. Like, I have a lot of care and compassion for him. And I'm just scared that, like, maybe one day the hatred for me is just enough where he's just gonna, like, show up and do something to me. And, you know, that's a terrifying thought. That's a terrifying thought because it's like, honestly, it's quite possible with his mental issues. And it's like, oh, okay, well, that was a great idea, Diamond, to date that person. But yeah, it's just terrifying because it's like, I don't know what extent he would ever be willing to go to for that. But anyway, let's just move on because I don't know how to explain the mental issues part. I'm like, I'm not gonna air out his stuff. Like, no, he's still a person and I still love him, so no. Anyway, next story. Oh, this is about someone that was accused of stalking someone. let's see what this goes, and we can determine together if they were a true stalker or not. Okay, this is from John Patton 3 from 2 years ago. I was once assaulted. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I was once accused of stalking by my college classmate. I was horrified. A professor I had great respect for and was even making a great impression on pulled me aside on the matter, told me that I was being accused of improperly and attempted to refute or explain, and was given the just save it in his shoes. I would have felt the same, doesn't matter what the accused stalker says, and wouldn't believe them anyway. Okay, I understand that. Like, if someone is like, okay, so this person was accused of being a stalker by their like college professor and just someone else, and the professor was like, just save it. Honestly, yeah, I would honestly, like, if I was in the professor's shoe and someone told me that someone was stalking someone, I would believe the victim. I'm always team believe the victim, but like, honestly, sometimes a victim needs to come with some proof. Sometimes a victim needs to come with some background. And I'm sorry to say that, because it's just like, some people be lying, okay? Some people be lying, and we live in a new age, new world where we're all team believe the victim. And so a lot of us aren't team like evidence, you know? And a lot of us aren't team like, hey, is that true? Because like, it's the same thing in a lot of, and I feel so bad for true victims, because a lot of people are just liars. Like, there was the DoorDash girl that walked into someone's house, saw the guy naked on the couch, and is like claiming that she was sexually assaulted by him or something. Like, I'm just like, girl, no, you weren't. You were trespassing. You were trespassing his property, correct? He was on his couch, and you're a DoorDasher. Just knock and leave it at the door. And all you gotta do is snap a picture. All you gotta do is snap that picture, babe. Like, it's not that hard. Snap a picture. You don't have to walk into the home and be like, I was sexually harassed or assaulted. Like, girl, you weren't. And she is one reason where I'm just like, sometimes you just gotta look at the facts, and sometimes some people are just stupid and don't deserve anything. Like, some people are just dumb, and that's one of the people. Like, and it's just so heartbreaking for actual victims that like actually go through things, and then someone pops up being like, hey, this happened to me, and then you find out very soon that it was not true. It's like, and then like, I also have a big problem about people that will air out stuff online and not go to the proper authorities. Like, if you went to the proper authorities already and they weren't doing anything about your assault or about your being stalked or whatever, it's like, okay, fine. But if they do something about it and stuff, and then you go online and just blast all your stuff, like, girl, why? Like, there was a lot of stuff going around about the Minecraft streamers and stuff, and like the one of them about like Wilbur whatever, and like biting. Okay, I'm pretty sure there was multiple people saying that he did do that, you know? Like, there was multiple people, all of his friends left him. Like, that was the whole thing. And like, she had her evidence, and the evidence was like proof, and they had a relationship. It's just like, she had her proof. And then there was another girl that came out at the same time, where I'm just like, a part of me is like, were you looking for clout? Because like, her story was rambled and stuff, and it was just like, if you're going to like make such big claims and make it so obvious like who it is, it's just like, come on, bro. Can you just have the proof if you are, or like have your story at least? And it's like, if you're not trying to ruin that person's like life, okay, fine, then I don't really care if you have the evidence or proof. It's like, you're not trying to ruin that person's life or get them canceled. But it's like, when streamers and stuff do it, it's like, I'm pretty sure you are attempting to cancel that person, and like, you're sharing your story, which I do appreciate for victims, but it's also like, at least have the story like clear at least a little bit. Like, when I spread all of my jazz, all of my stuff it's not clear who it is because those people aren't famous, you know? Like, those people are not famous. You don't know who those people are. And if they were famous or something, like if I were to tell a story about like being assaulted by someone famous or something, it's just like I would do it and be like, I'm not gonna tell you who it is. That's period, point blank. I'm not gonna tell you who it is, blah blah blah. I don't know. I don't even know what I'm just rambling. But I am team believe the victim. But it's just so sad sometimes because sometimes people are just liars and people take advantage of the situations and take advantage of the believe the victim mentality and just try to lie. Like, there was a story the other day where this woman kidnaps a baby, or like tries to kidnap a baby, and everyone didn't believe the actual father of the child because the woman was like claiming that she was being harassed by this man and that this man was trying to steal her child. And because the woman had already claimed that, they immediately like jump the husband and they don't believe his word for it. And then the wife of the husband like has to come in and save their child from the woman that like tried to kidnap him. And it's just like, the fact that we live in a world where some people will take advantage of someone's kind heart and of multiple people's kind heart and try to steal a child. Like, you're trying to kidnap a child, like steal, and then some people also just do things for attention and are like, oh, I was stalked, but they weren't stalked. And it's just like, okay, but let's see if this person was actually stalking this person, because I don't know, I would kind of be the professor. Anyway, I would have felt the same way. Doesn't matter what the accused stalker says, I wouldn't believe them anyway. I was told I would be immediately removed from the class for the semester and that I would need to speak to the dean handling the matter, as to which I would be immediately expelled or not. I was an honor roll student on the dean's list and on financial aid. I couldn't believe this, and I couldn't withstand this without losing my... Oh my gosh. I'm starting the story over, guys. I'm kidding. Yes, I am. I'm lying. I am starting the story over because for some reason I'm slurring all my words. Okay. I was accused of stalking my college classmate. I was horrified. A professor I had great respect for and was making a great impression on pulled me aside on the matter and told me I was being accused of improperly, and I attempted to refute or explain and was given the just save it in his shoes. I would have felt the same, but doesn't matter what the accused stalker says, and wouldn't believe them anyway. I was told I was immediately removed from the class for the semester and that I would need to speak with the dean handling the matter to whether I was expelled or not. I was an honor roll student on the dean's list and a financial aid. I couldn't believe this, and I couldn't withstand this without losing my financial aid. Maybe it's what a stalker deserves. When I went to the dean, he began explaining how my expulsion would go. He didn't want to hear anything. I had to speak over him, interrupting with a rude description in order to make a plea. I showed him how this girl I was stalking gave me her telephone number. I presented her text where she suggested interacting outside of campus. I had him look over the messages of her offering her home address along with suggesting I pick her up. I luckily had communicated of her agreeing to go see a live show together and where we might eat or smoke on the way. The transcript further illustrated how she was going to do all of this until I arrived at her address. When I got there, she had sprained her ankle and couldn't go. I was like, no worries, I'm not miffed or anything, I'll go by myself. It was a requirement for another class. It was my birthday, so I made the best of my outing alone. All text still indicated no problem at all, no issue until the next class where she told the professor I was stalking her. I wasn't expelled, but I couldn't return to class. The entire class still had the impression I was creepy or dangerous. I still had to pay for the class and take a W on the transcript. It nearly ruined my life and definitely damaged it. Oh, okay. So he definitely did not stalk her. especially if that was their only interaction, and she gave him her phone number and address. Oh, okay. And she claimed, why did she claim? I don't understand why she would claim that he was stalking her. I hope that like she wasn't lying, but honestly I do hope she was lying, but also it's just like, it's messy. I don't understand why someone would be like, oh, they're stalking. Did the school not have any proof of that, like that you were actually stalking her? Because even if you showed up to her house once, you could excuse it as like someone coming by in the neighborhood, you know, and you are classmates. So I'm low-key confused. Like, did they not ask for any evidence at all? Like, y'all have each other's numbers. Like, surely they would ask to see the conversation between you two, don't you think? Like, I don't know. I feel like a lot of schools usually like don't believe the victim. So it's kind of weird when I see this story and they believe the victim so much to a point where they didn't ask for any evidence. Okay, let's read some comments. So she falsely accused you of stalking and nothing happened to her. That's ridiculous. OP. She ended up not finishing that class, but that was it. Honestly, I'm not sure if they suggested she leave the class or if she just did it. I have no clue why she did this. There was no exception or implication of anything more than two college kids going to an event, and one of them could complete a requirement of a course. If she had ghosted me after that, I would have been fine with it. But she ghosted and reported me as a stalker. This commenter says, so she wasn't used to hearing no, then ruined your reputation. I'm glad you dodged that bullet. OP, there wasn't even a no. There wasn't even a question. It was so bizarre and out of the blue, like someone running a red light and colliding with you. The night of, I said I'm on my way, then I'm here. She greets me with 2 crutches and says I can't go. And I said, okay, understandable, like, I don't know what was going on with her mind. Yeah, and then someone commented, I feel like any false accusation should be immediate jail time. And then, honestly, yeah. I feel like if you're falsely accusing someone of something and it's just like so clearly you made it up, it's like, yeah, I feel like you should be like in jail, because that's just such a bad, like, you're a bad person. You're a bad person. Okay, let's read the final story and the longest story. Oh, someone is calling me. Hang up. Okay, let's read the last story. Okay, last story. Long story warning. This happened when I was young, more than 30 years ago. I was 21 and had moved to a new city and got my first apartment. I headed to the local mall one day to buy essentials and things to decorate. It was my first time at this mall. I parked outside a department store and just walked through the mall seeing what the stores had in store. I was in a store that sold wall art and was browsing through the prints and looked up. There was an older man, 50s maybe, who was pretending to look through prints as well, but he was actually looking at me, then looked back down and we made eye contact. I got a weird feeling and left the store. I walked down a little bit and went into CVS. I noticed that the man was following me. Just to be sure, I went over to the feminine products aisle, and sure enough, he followed me into the aisle, pretending to look around the products. It was pretty funny when he realized what he was looking at and got flustered. He stayed close to me throughout the store. When I went to checkout, he made me a beeline for the register as well, but thankfully someone stepped in line behind me. It obviously pissed him off. I watched out of the corner of my eye as he looked through the candy bars to buy something. I guess so he wouldn't look suspicious. Now my radar was really up. I left the store and very quickly ducked into the store next door and hid behind the pillar. Sorry guys. I peeked out and saw that he had run out of CVS and was now standing in front of the store, looking in both directions, presumably for me. I went to the back of the store and told the girls that a creepy man was following me. I didn't think I needed security to come, just wanted to hang out for a while, so they let me sit behind the register. I waited about 30 minutes before leaving. So I continued my shopping and didn't see him for the remaining hour or so. I go back to the department store, look around a bit, and then leave through the side entrance where I parked. I got through the first set of doors, as in my habit, and I check if anyone is also coming out of the door so I can hold the hand. Oh my gosh, guys, I am jumbling everything today. I am so sorry. And as in my habit, I checked to see if anyone was also coming out so I could hold the door for them. And who the hell is coming out right behind me but this man? I say, God damn it, I knew I'd forgotten something. And go back into the store. I head to the first employee I see and tell them what's happening and tell them I need mall security stacked. Security comes and I tell them the story and give a description of the man. Then I'm escorted to my car. Ooh, I'm in my car, doors locked, and unwrap one of the cassette tapes. I just pop it in. As I'm driving away, I see the man. I stop the car and watch. He's walking in a more empty part of the lot with a short, heavy blonde woman with glasses. I exit the mall from a different direction so he won't see me, but it doesn't end there. Flash forward about a year and a half. I'd quit my job and at the doctor's office, took a trip to Italy and started a new department store job. Then took a trip to France. Note, the mall I was working at was about 25 miles away from the other one. So one night I'm at my counter and an older woman comes up looking for products. The brand I'm representing is French, and she starts talking about Paris. I mentioned that I had recently been to Paris as well as Italy, and how much I'd fallen in love with Europe and wished that I could move there. But I look into it and I felt like I should find a job first. She says, well, this might, oh my gosh, guys, okay. She says, well, this might be your lucky day. The company I was working for is hiring. I think you'd be perfect fit, and we have offices in Europe. It would be easy for you to work in one of the overseas offices. I asked her what type of job it is, and she says it's in hospitality. I asked for a company name, and she says, well, I'm in a bit of a rush, but give me your number. I can call you when it's convenient and give you all the information. And that's when I started shaking. This is how my intuition was trying to tell me something was not right. I looked closely at her, and then I realized this is the same woman that I saw walking out with that man. I'm so thankful I left my name tag at home that day, gave her a fake name and a fake number, and never saw her or that man again. Someone says, that sounds like human trafficking. Yeah, honestly, that just sounds like human trafficking. I don't even know what else to say about that other than other than that scary. I don't know what to say about that. I'm actually gonna read another story as well because I have been fumbling so much with these stories. I'm not in the right mind space today. That's why I chose stalker stories instead of my usual deep dive creepypastas, because I am not feeling great. So let's read the next story. I'll tell a different one. So I came out as gay after high school in 2011 or so. The bully called me names for years for being me, I guess. I'm not infatuated and I'm not horrible to people, and I literally don't know what his issue was. Guess where you can see this is going. Anyway, after finally confronting his thoughts or whatever about me, he stalked me for about 2 good years. Now, Cape Town is small, but not that small. He would turn up randomly at my work, places I went to with my friends, exec. Thing is, at the time, I didn't really see it as, stalking. I just said it as, why the fuck do I seeing this guy everywhere? Then one night, I was closing up and he came up to me and starts blurting out everything. Drunk as a skunk, but I got the message. He'd been in love with me since high school and just couldn't get over it. I told him to fuck off, and I'm not a mince with my words, but I do regret that. Thought that was it, but nope. Turned up to my flat, drunk again, and called the police. Finally, he fucked off after that. Thing is, he was the high school cricket star and no one believed me except my best friend and roommate at the time. That is so sad. That is so sad. I hate when someone develops a crush on you and it just turns into a whole spiral. I've had that happen to me a lot of times where someone would develop a crush on me, create some parasocial relationship in their head, and then it just spirals into this, they start showing up to places. In this like in my case, they would show up to my classes, they would follow me around the halls, they would try anything to be close to me, and it was just like, we don't even have a single class together, my guy. We don't have class together. We don't have a reason to be talking. And it's fine if you do it like one time, but if you do it multiple times and the person is actively trying to get away from you, it's just like, please stop. Please stop. It's creepy. Nobody wants to see you in the hallway. Like, come on, bro. Like, can you not? Can you not actually do that? And especially since like you're gay and he had inner homophobia at the time and was just in love with you and started bullying you, and then he started stalking you because he couldn't get over it. It's just like, my guy, if you can't accept yourself and you start bullying someone because of it, it's just like, bro, can you take a deep dive in yourself? And then following someone because you're in love with them is crazy. Like, just say something, bro. Like, I know he was drunk as a skunk, but it's just like, I feel like the best way to get over someone is just not to see them. It's simply not to see them. And I'm like, he would have been over it if he didn't stalk you so much to the point where you saw him everywhere and was like, oh, funny, I always see that guy here. No, it's not funny because he's actively stalking you. It's like, if the stalker simply just, I don't know, avoided him, I bet his crush would be evaporated. Like, and I'm pretty sure he only had a crush on you because you're the only open guy. Like, you came out of the closet, like he knew you were gay. I'm pretty sure it's that stereotype where like someone finds out someone else is gay and they're gay and just decides, oh, we should be together then. That's not how life works. You shouldn't be with someone because, oh, you're a boy, I'm a girl, let's date. That's not how life works. It's like, no, it has to be an actual connection there. Anyway, I do want to read another story. Okay, another story. I'm annoyed. I'm annoyed of people texting me. I'm sorry. Anyway, next story. Long rambling story. My family was stalked and harassed for about 3 years in the 90s. Someone would sneak around the night, knock on the walls, look into the windows. I went outside one night to put something in the garbage can and heard someone take off running in gravel. We had an outside dog who was blind and hated being inside, so we had a kennel outside for him. We had much of a stray cat that was his buddy that would sleep with him. One night, I hear the dog whimpering. I go outside, and he's not in his kennel. I find him in the woods next to my house, tied to a tree, and one of our leashes. The dog is tied to a tree with one of the leashes. I'm sorry, my accent is coming out right now, and it's annoying. I'm sorry. I guess I knew someone was going to jump me when I let my dog loose. They kept on getting bolder, and one day, someone tried to repossess my sister's truck while she was at work. She paid for the truck with cash. One night, 2 men came to the door saying they were looking to repossess a Mustang that my brothers fit the description. But the address they gave was a different street name, and they claimed the person at the address told them our address. I told them it was paid for, and they kept trying to come at me. They kept trying to get me to come outside and show them the vehicle number, but I refused. They were probably going to jump me. Then one day, a guy drove up while my mom was at home. Oh my gosh, guys, I'm going to lose my mind. Then one day, a guy drove up while my mom was at home alone and said he had a KFC delivery. Now this was in 1993, and there was no way to have KFC delivered back then. He kept trying to coax my mom outside and finally backed off when she heard my dog growling inside. One night, me and my brother hid out in the woods waiting, hoping to catch someone. We were armed. We heard someone moving through the woods on the opposite side of the house. Something gave us away, and we heard them go back. They'll never know how lucky they were. It was a lot of similar harassment and stalking for 3 years. It almost always happened on the weekend, but was intermediate on weeknights. And if something was bright, like a full moon, they wouldn't stalk that night. We lived downhill from a lot of houses and had woods on 2 sides, so whoever was doing it had an advantage. We moved in 95 and was never stalked again. I have no idea who it was or why. That is so, why would someone stalk a whole family? Like, I feel like the dad or the mom was probably like involved in something. I don't know, one of your family members is involved in something to make someone stalk, like, because it's so weird to stalk a family. Like, stalking a singular person, okay, like, I can get behind that because you have a connection to that person, blah blah blah. Like, they're stalking that one specific person. This person was stalking all of you. It's like, did y'all have some type of history? Like, does your parents have like history where someone would try to stalk them in their family, like try to get revenge or something? Because they were trying to harm y'all. Like, it wasn't like some innocent like crush that spiraled. It was like someone was trying to harm the family. And it's like, why would someone try to harm the whole family? That, I'm just curious why that would be a thing. I'm just curious why they chose your family. And maybe it's like in the movie Strangers, where it's just like you were home and we decided it had to be you. But like, they had friends help, you know? They had multiple people help. So I'm not sure if it was just like, you know, I'm not sure if it was just a simple thing like, oh my gosh, my family's here, my whole family. It's like, just go home. Anyway, I'm not sure why they would stalk your family. Anyway, on to the next story because I want to. Ah ha 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 ha. Okay. My stalker story is more of a let's not meet situation. So thankfully, no harm was ever done to me. But it happened when I was in grade 10. What's going on with grade 10 and being stalked? Because I was stalked 3 times when I was in grade 10, and I want to know if like being a sophomore is a curse or something, because I was literally stalked. I'm pretty sure a lot of people were stalked at that time, like in my age group and like in my class, like people were stalked all the time when I was a sophomore, and it's just like, what's going on in grade 10, y'all? And this was 2 years ago, so I'm pretty sure this person was a sophomore when I was a sophomore. It's like, hell no. Anyway, I was in a very vulnerable and bad place. I was hoping it would just be the one guy, though I likely will never know for sure, that had found me on Facebook and started messaging me as himself and as random people like his best friend and his teacher exec. The whole story is a bit long and it makes less sense to me now than it did when it was happening. He became obsessed with me in his life, having and treating me as yuck, as if we were destined to be together. I had a boyfriend at the time and had a sort of online only Facebook thing going on with some girl that I now realize was likely a sex worker. No shame in that. I used to do sex work. Okay, they used to do sex work themselves. The whole ordeal lasted for months and spanned across many different accounts on Facebook and other social sites. It ended with me and him having it ended with him having a massive breakdown when I confronted him with the online Facebook. I blocked him, and for my own peace of mind, without even thinking that doing so was ensuring my own safety, because he knew where I lived, went to school, worked exec. It truly wasn't even until my mid-20s that I started recounting what happened, and I thought it was a funny story from high school, but I pieced it together and saw how eerie and dangerous the whole situation was. I had a very similar story. If you want to see the whole story, I have a get ready with me called My Stalker from High School or something. There's a picture of it. I have a similar situation where my stalker basically was like my secret admirer for a long time, for a year and a half, and he was creating a bunch of accounts to have access to me basically. And turns out I did know this guy. We didn't start getting closer until maybe a year into his stalking, and I don't think he ever thought we would get closer, but we did, because I had a crush on him, but I didn't know he was my stalker, and it was a whole ordeal. If you want to hear the whole story, there you go. Here's a picture of it. Maybe I'll do the little card thing where you can click it, but yeah, it was just a whole situation where he stalked me, and I feel like that's very common for like guys or anyone with a crush to online stalk someone, and we have normalized it, I think, way too much, because I feel like online stalking is a whole different ordeal, but I feel like it's just as dangerous because online stalking can easily become like stalking. And I get like online stalking where like people are like, oh, I'm just trying to look at my date and stuff, but it's like, I don't know, it's just weird that like you can make a bunch of accounts and just like message one singular person, and if someone blocks you on one, you can just look at them on your other account. Like, I feel like if someone blocks you on one, your whole device should not be allowed to make another account where you can look at them. You know, I don't know. I think that's so weird where like someone can block someone and then that same person can make multiple accounts, because that happened to me. He made around 10 accounts to look at my stuff, and like I would block him and I would ignore him and stuff, and it was just wild. It was just a wild thing to experience when you're in 10th grade, and I don't recommend. It was like 9th grade to 10th, but whatever. Okay, we're gonna do one more story. I promise this is the last one, because yeah, they're all really short, so I'm like, why not do multiple? Weird guy in high school. He was sort of a loser, no friends really, so I thought I'd reach out and try to be friends with him. That was your first mistake. That was your first mistake. And I understand wanting to be friends with the kid that doesn't have any friends. I understand so cold-heartedly, because I am that person. I am the person to want to be friends with every kid that doesn't have friends. I am that person. I've always been that person since high school. I have always reached out and tried to be the person that they could rely on and stuff. But honestly, I feel like it's just created so many multiple horror stories for me. Like, and I'm sad about that, because like some of them are good. Like me and my best friend Sonia, I met her in high school, and she was the kid that didn't have like any friends, and I reached out and, you know, like I tried to help her be more extroverted. Not extroverted like trying to change someone from introvert to extrovert, more like being able to stand up for yourself, being able to talk to people if needed, being able, like, not shy to a point where you can't even hold a conversation, that type. And I did that with her and a lot of other kids, but I feel like for all the other kids, like I did that with my ex-boyfriend. I'm not proud of that. I think I'm I have a hero complex or whatever. I definitely do. And I did that with my ex-boyfriend, and that turned really bad. And then I did that with, I think I did that with a lot of other kids, especially guys that were just shy and like didn't have, you know, a lot going for them mentally or anything. And I would try to get along with them, and then they would develop crushes, and then I would have to be like, I don't like you in that way. I'm not interested. I don't want to date. I don't want to be with you, you know? And it's just hard because you're the one person that person even talks to. So it's not like, to me, if someone has a crush on you and they don't really talk to anyone else, it's like, do you actually like me, or am I the only person that is available in your mind? You know, like, am I the only person that's ever been nice to you? You know, because I feel like that and like having a crush is not the same thing. I feel like you're just admiring that I like talk to you. I don't think that's a crush. I think that's like you just have an idea of me in your head because I'm the only person you talk to. And I'm the only person that like has ever tried to reach out to you. And I had multiple people have this crush on me, but it's like, I don't think that's a crush, and therefore I'm not going to be romantically interested if I'm like your hero. The only person I've ever like actually liked that I did that to was my ex-boyfriend, and I did that on accident. I had a crush on him, and my immediate instinct is to try to bring out the best in someone and like unlock them, basically. Like, I try to know everything about them, and I want to know how to be a good person to them, but you know, whatever. He was super weird, but we sort of got along. Eventually he introduced me to some of his friends. Okay, so he had friends, so whatever. And I became close with them. It's a really long story, but basically I became friends with them, and he got super weird. Eventually he left. He felt like I was replacing him with his friend group, and that wasn't true. talked to another one of his friends about this, and they were honest and said, no, you are just a new friend, that's all. We still invite him, but he grew this obsession with me. This led to a lot of weird stuff, and I'd have people I didn't even know come up to me and be like, hey, you're so-and-so, right? I don't know you, but just so you know, Brian's starting a bunch of runouts about you. No one believed him because he's super weird, but thought you should know. I've had a lot of people come up to me about rumors about me. A lot. Like, honestly, if you have people coming up to you about rumors, just know that means the person saying them is not credible. That's all it means. Like, if someone comes up to you about a rumor and they're asking if it's true or something, it's like the person that told them they don't believe, because that person is probably a bad person, honestly. And even if they're like, I have a lot of people that used to come up to me and be like, thought you should know, like all these rumors, and it's like, bruh, just don't tell me. Does it matter to me? No, because most of the time the people starting the rumors are people you will never care about. The people starting rumors are people you will never care about, never want to see or even interact with, because they're weird. They're weird, and they don't even have an interesting life because they have to talk about other people's lives. It's so weird. It's so weird. Okay, and then basically he would never stop talking about me. He would even talk about me to people who didn't even go to school with us, and then they'd reach out and say the same thing. It kept going on until it really ramped up, and he'd park in his car in front of my house, and he would start hanging out with my friends, and the entire time all he would do is talk about me. It got to a point where someone close to him, but closer to me, even said, oh my gosh, I can't read what this person said. What's you probably with so-and-so? I think this person just didn't write the grammar correct. What's with you and so-and-so? And he'd say, I don't know. I don't actually have anything against them. They're super nice. It was weird. I've also had a lot of people talk about me and do the same thing where they're like, I actually don't have anything against them. They're super nice. Then why are you talking about me? I don't know you. They'd get people purposely drunk and try to get them to touch them. They take their people's phones when they weren't looking and look up conversations between me and them. A lot more, honestly, but this is getting long. I'm lucky to say that my friends were on my side, and at a certain point they really stuck up for me. I want there, but when I did get there, he just left. Didn't get him to stop necessarily, but he stopped contact with me and the people I know, for the most part. Still stalked and acted weird for a long time afterwards, but eventually faded away, at least as far as I know. There were things that were way worse than this, but I guess it is what it is, and it's mostly over now. Oh my gosh, guys, I don't know what's going on with grammar. I guess because these aren't stories that are like written by writers, I'm just like losing my mind because of typos and stuff, and I'm not having a good day today, so I can barely read. But I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope this wasn't too struggle to listen to, because I know my voice just sounds super bad right now, and I know I'm not 100% there right now, but I still hope you enjoyed this episode of Do Not Disturb. I know it's not the best, but still, I hope you enjoyed. Anyway, please make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye, diamonds. To heaven. Yeah, I'm done. I'm done.